Good morning, everyone. Wesley is out this week, so I'm flying solo. We're going to start out by talking about drought, a little bit about rainfall, and then we're going to check and see if we're ever going to have a real summer this July. Let's get started. When we start out looking at this week's U.S. Drought Monitor, we do see that we still have just a tiny bit of moderate drought out across western Oklahoma, but we do have larger areas of abnormally dry conditions that are threatening to go to drought if we don't receive some good rainfall in the next few weeks. I thought this would be a good time to look at the overall picture as we take a look at the U.S. depiction from the Drought Monitor. We do see much of the southwestern U.S. covered by exceptional drought. That's the worst category. But we also see the really bad drought up into the northern plains. Now for those wheat growing areas up in that region, that's pretty bad news. And it's really been just since the start of May that we've had these big changes. We'll get back a little bit into April. But if we look at this category change map from the U.S. Drought Monitor, the greens are improvements in the drought categories, and the yellows and oranges and browns, those are the degrading areas of drought, so where it's getting worse. We see down and across Texas and southern and western Oklahoma, lots of green, also out in the eastern plains of Colorado, over into western Kansas. But things have just gotten worse out across California, up into the Pacific Northwest, a little bit over into the western high plains of Montana. So a little bit of a different fate over the last 3 months of different parts of the country. So obviously it's been cooler than normal, really through much of the spring and into the middle of summer. We've been cool all the way through mid-July. What's it going to look like for next week? Well, we see from the Climate Prediction Center, we have increased odds, in fact, greatly increased odds of below normal temperatures across the entire state of Oklahoma, but especially for that southern region of the state. So that's probably a good indication of some rainfall down in that region. And if we do take a look at the precipitation outlook for next week, we see those increased odds of above normal precipitation really centered down around South Texas, but that does come up into the southern half of Oklahoma. Drier up there in the northern parts of the United States where that drought is just starting to strengthen and get a lot worse. So not good news for those folks. So vastly different conditions across much of the U.S. with the western and northern parts of the U.S. Really bad drought going on, lots of heat. Down here in the southern plains and the southern U.S., not much drought. And for our region, really not much of a summer, at least with any heat yet. So it's something we're going to have to watch. August can get really hot, but if things continue this way, we might just skip right ahead to fall. That's it for this time. We'll see you next time on the Mesonet Weather Report.